Good evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody. I am so excited to be here this evening, and I want to believe that one person that has just joined, you're also excited. But this is the time for us to share the link to invite the people that are supposed to be here. If there's anybody that you think and you know that should be interested in money matters in relationships, especially in marriage, this is the right time for you to share the link. And and for those that are joining, please let us know in the comment section where you're joining us from. I'm very excited to be here. We started this journey at the beginning of this month. Yes. And that we've been having these faith conversations, especially in the context of marriage. And God has blessed us tremendously with this couple that has that have allowed us to, to pull them to come and be of great use to us. They have been here sharing, investing their time, investing their resources, and also sharing their experiences, because this is their area of calling. So please, I want you to reach out and start inviting people to come and join, because today's topic is super duper excited, and I'm looking forward to hear the interest from this and to learn and to glean from this interesting conversation. We are going to be talking about your money, my money, or our money. Why money? Money is one of the three major causes of divorce. That is for you to know how important money is. Money is very crucial in relationships. It's crucial as individuals. It's crucial in relationships. It's crucial in marriages, because marriage is a life partnership. It's a life partnership. So, and there's no way we can do without money. Money is as important as the air we are breathing, because there's no day that goes that we do not spend money, make money, or manage money. So it's an integral part of our daily living. So therefore, in marriages, it is extremely important we know how to handle money. Money has caused many people. It has caused corporations to crumble. Money has caused some marriages, even has pushed some marriages into divorce. And there's so many relationships that could have transited to marriage, but because of money, there had been a breakdown. And that is why it's very important we talk about it and we take it seriously, even as Christians. I want to draw from the word of God, Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verses 9 to 10. Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verses 9 to 10. It says, two are better than one, because they have good return for their labor. If either of them falls, one can help the other up. But pity anyone who falls and has no one to help them up. And that is why marriage is such a beautiful thing. Somebody told me this many years ago, said the certificate of marriage is actually a tool of dominion. It's a tool of victory if the two people in the marriage know how to use it. So if the two people in the marriage know how to use money, money is a tool that they can use to build legacy. They can use to build wealth. They can use to solve problems. They can use for the expansion of the kingdom of God. Money is amoral. It's neither evil nor holy. Whatever you want to use money for, it is there for you to use as a tool. So some people, through their beliefs, have made us feel when you chase money, or when you want to make money, or when you are desirous of being wealthy, it is not a healthy thing. Spiritually, it is a healthy thing, because Proverbs chapter 22 verse 7 Proverbs chapter 22 verse 7 says, the rich rules over the poor, and the borrower is the slave to the lender. And if proverb is saying that, the scripture is saying that, that tells us money can be used to oppress. Money can be used to influence. If you have that power, that money power, is that you can use it to oppress, or you can use it to influence positively. So it's immoral. You can use it anyhow. It's the same money. It depends on who you are, because knowing if you are a good person, you use money in a good way. If you're an evil person, you use it in an evil way. But the truth is, in marriages, we all have different personalities, and those things play out. And most of us have not been, if not all of us, have not been taught the art of managing money, making money, and the art of us understanding ourselves when it comes to money, so that we know that it's what you're doing, whether it is supporting the progress of the family or not. So today I'm going to be unveiling our power couple for the month that God has been using to help us. I'm going to be inviting to the platform Pastor Benga and Pastor Tolu Awopetu. Welcome this evening. I want you to just say a word of greeting to everybody that are there, or people that are going to watch this afterwards, before we go into these faith conversations.
Thank you, Pastor Tinuke, and happy birthday. Today's your birthday.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir.
People
Thank
go
you,
all of
sir.
you for birthday, but you decided to serve God. So thank you, viewers. Thank you for joining. And this is another moment you are going to join. You are going to enjoy. And anywhere money comes in, if either joy comes or sadness comes. But I believe God has come to give information to turn sadness to joy. So just
Yes.
get ready. I believe God wants to speak to you today. And my
Yeah.
beautiful wife is here.
You're beautiful, the queen of the castle,
the bishopress.
the bishopress. Thank you.
Name. I'm so excited. Viewers, good evening, everyone. And sit tight, because today is going to be gang, gang, gang. When your mics
yes,
on.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. Very welcome. Before we start, I don't know whether you share this perspective or opinion. Generally, money is a difficult subject to broker to talk about in our daily living, daily conversation, maybe where you meet guys. It's difficult to talk about money. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
Money is a difficult topic to always broker. Generally, you can meet your friend, you can talk about, oh, your wife, your husband, your children, oh, your career, oh, my spiritual life, oh, what I'm wearing, oh, what I like. But when it comes to money, we hardly talk about. Why is it a difficult subject to broker?
It's difficult, but in a day, there is no time you will not talk about money, only that you're being careful, because people have different opinions, and also people have different religious beliefs, and even Christians. When you talk of money, some people will come in the area of faith, some people will
Yes.
come in the area of generosity, some people will come in the area of carefree. Then you want to be careful the approach you want to use, because it's very complex, to be honest. Like you said, money have tore down different marriages. And if care is not taken, even as a pastor, when you are talking about money, you tend to be very careful. Especially when you're even counseling couples, you have to be very, very sensitive. And even when you're talking to your wife, your spouse, you have to look for the best time, the right time to discuss money. You can discuss many things at any time, quite often. But when it comes to money, you have to look for that time, that fits in to discuss money.
Yeah. Okay. Can I ask you, before you got married, both of you, was that something you both talked about? Did you talk about money?
Yep. I don't remember.
And what if you did? In what context did you talk about money?
So, for me personally, we talked about money. I think it was even the one that was talking about it because it boils down to knowing who you are and how you spend your money personality, if I can put it that way. So I used to be an impulsive buyer, and for him or spender, but for him, to before you can, it's like you budget every pound down. So we talked about it, and when we're talking about our plans concerning marriage, living together, he noticed and he knew some things about me before we got married, and I think he decided that this one I really need to be I need to, my budget has to be a bit tight, kind of. Yeah, but we talked about it.
For me, if I can be vulnerable here,
Yes, please.
I came from a family where money was a very big issue to my parents. In fact, most of their disagreement, 90%, was because of money.
Had to do with money.
Money. And nearly tore down the marriage, nearly tore the marriage apart. But despite that, there was no peace in the marriage. So that gave me that consciousness that if I'm married, money should be number one of the priorities that needs to be resolved and need to be strategized on how to. So, knowing my wife while we are courting, I noticed that she was this carefree person that money is nothing to her. Money is like water. Can give water, can give anything. She can empty her account and be thinking, how will I get home? She can be at the bus stop and empty her account. And after that, I need to pay my boss. And I looked at that personality that it was a very strange personality to me, to be honest, because I never thought that we have human being like that. Because she will finish the money and she gives the money out and then be trusting God. I said, I don't know, because you see, while I was in the university, I have a book of how I spend my stipends. Even when I give beggars money, I write them down. When you document everything. By it, I document it because that is just the way I've been wired.
May I ask, where did that come from, Pastor Gbenga? Where did that come from? Because for you to be at school and you were already doing that prudent.
I studied accounting in school.
He said he was in school.
Yeah,
so the fact that he was an accounting student is different too.
Yeah.
Or an accountant. No.
Me, because like I said, the consciousness from my family, everything about family issue is money. It's either you take it positive or go negative with you. So I took the positive part that, if there is an issue in this family, can I be in charge of money in my own life? So that's why I tend to be accountable when it comes to money. And money, I want to be careful that there won't be problem, there won't be issue. I want to demonstrate that I can be in control of money, because money is in control of my family. That is always a problem. So, and I know business. While I was in school, I love business. I want to save, give myself target to start selling things. So that's all those things helped me. And coming with my career again, accounting. So that's added value to me during my early journeys.
Okay, and you noticed that you both have different personality when it comes to money, or the way you view money, or the way you handle money. So how did you go about that conversation, or did you not have that conversation when you were courting? For you to know how you are going to address it? Yeah.
You won't go.
How did you have that? Did you not have a conversation, or you just made the decision that I am the best person to handle the affairs of money here? So how did you go about it? Yeah, because both of you are opposite in that instance. So how did you go about it?
So while we're dating, I don't even remember. I don't really, for me, I didn't even know how to plan. I plan other things, but when it comes to money, like my own background, I've seen my mom, my parent, they give a lot. Like we call my mom charity mom. If you have something, she can empty, the house. And to be honest,
you took after her. You took after her, clearly.
Yes.
In a big way.
So, anyway, so while we're dating, like courtship anyway, we talked about some things, okay? And he knew that, okay, this is where this girl is coming from. That's totally different where he's coming from and where we are going to. So we had to sit down that, okay, what do we do when it comes to this issue of money? So we actually talked about it, and also getting into marriage, even while during courtship, even planning for the marriage, it was very prudent. And my parents said, don't worry, we are the one doing wedding for our children, for our daughter, so they didn't really ask him to do much for the wedding. But my dad just said, just look after my daughter. So I felt I was able to save some money for this daughter of this man. We talked about it. Then when we now got married, because sometimes we have visitors, bankers during the week, during the weekend, and I'm like, okay, I could withdraw 20,000 there, and I'll just spend everything. It has to finish.
Wow. It has to.
Yeah, it's not something big then, but like the shopping, because for me sometimes the younger ones can come over sometimes, and you want to just give them a transport fare. You want to look after them, and so my husband was like, the way the rate at which instead of you to give somebody 100 naira, you are giving 200 naira. They will think you have so much. They won't know that you are just empty. So I think when we came back because we were in Aba when we got married. Okay, so when we came back and when we got back to finally in Lagos, we had to open a cooperative account. So he has his own private account. I have mine, but we now had a joint one. So that joint one is where, okay, we're having visitors, anything for emergency, I have access to that. But his own, like, tell me anything you want, but so you can't finish this money. You can't just give it to your pastor.
Okay. So, the Pastor Gbenga, do you have anything to say to that?
I must be honest that when I met her, I felt as if I was a sinner.
Why? Because she made you feel you are not giving that much, right?
Yeah, that God.
So it's as if you not be thinking whether you are stingy.
Yeah. It makes me feel that I felt like I'm stingy. I'm not the type that God will like. I'm not a giver. But no matter, I tried to, but I realized I can't be like her. That was the time I sat down. I said, if two of us are like Tolu, the children will suffer. That is my own perspective. As a man, I cannot live by faith and faith. I'm the man. I must have leftover to take care of the family. You understand? And I said, I need to stand up and mentor my wife to let her know how money works. Because she is a giver, I know I can't change her. That one, even to the day, I can't change her. But however, she had made me to be a better giver. I can say that she has made me to be a better giver. Then I was a giver. Now I'm a better giver. But however, I've also decided that I need to mentor her how money works, definition of money, the characteristics of money, how to grow money. All those things I have to start mentoring her so that I won't look like a sinner and she won't look like a sin. So that then we spend time praying for what we could have acted on or else you would praying. Whereas I have the wisdom to what to do, and I don't want to kneel down and be praying on something. But you know what to have done, you should have done. So I have to now, and I have to learn from our also how we can live and work together as a team.
Yeah. Thank you very much for sharing that. Even though you said she made you start feeling like a sinner because of the money, because of the way she gives, and what did you at any point in time understand that how did you come to accept that that's how she is? Because some people would just want to change her completely, and you did not say you wanted to do that. You just knew that you had to mentor her, but there was nothing wrong with it's just that she might be taking it because she just those compulsive people, once there's a need and there's money, we meet it. We are not thinking of any other thing. Let's just use the need, whether the need is for us or for anybody. Once we feel that once the money is there, that's the kind of person. So how did you navigate that? Because there's some people that are watching this, and there's some people it has caused a rift. It might be the opposite, not even because you as a man, maybe it's easier because the man is supposed to lead, right? But it could be, there are times that the personality that she has, it could be the man that has it. And the woman is the one that will have what you have.
Yeah.
So can you talk us through how one can navigate that? Because you clearly you had success with yours. How do you go about those kind of conversation for anybody that is watching this? It could be a man or a woman. How, from your experience, from what you've done, and from what you now even know, how do you think one should handle that when you know that we have two personalities, and if we leave ourselves to be running the way we are running, that could be crisis in future waiting for us? So can you talk through that, please?
Like I mentioned, where I'm coming from, my family background, money was an issue. I said 90% of the problem in the house is traced to money. Now, I have a wife at home that she gives. If I want to change her, that means that we'll be fighting over money all the time. And that means that history will repeat itself. And I don't want history to repeat itself. So how do I mitigate this? Number one, I study her family history. She always say it anywhere she is. My mom is a giver. And I've seen the family. The mom is a giver. They can empty accounts, even people around. And I see that she has taken over her mom's giving spirit, which is good. For me, is that I don't want problem in my marriage or argument about money. One thing I realize that I can't change her, but I can mitigate something. I must have my own personal account. We can't have money joint account together. If I have joint account, the major money should be in my account, my own personal account, because I'm not the spending type. I don't spend money. So I always have reserve. So when we have joint accounts, if she finishes it, I don't worry, because I know that the major money is my account, which I'm not even the one that will spend it, but I can control it. And I spend that time to let her know she can do, which again, she's open to learn. She was able to understand that whatever you call a strength can become a weakness. Giving is a strength, but it can become a weakness also. She was saying she was ready to learn. But teaching her, I know it was a struggle, but she also was learning along the way. But I would say the major thing is that I was in charge. I was majorly in charge of finance. I was the minister in charge of finance, and that I'm still till date. I'm still the minister in charge of finance, and I realized that brought peace because she she doesn't. She's the type that money is nothing to her till date. Money is nothing to.
Mm.
If you talk of money, she can empty her account and she will still go. I say, okay, don't worry. She that is just her. But I said for me, when I have a wife like that, then I must step up. I must upskill. I must be ahead so that I can save situation.
So what you're saying right now is that if we have a couple that have this kind of opposite personality, one is an impulsive, spender, and one is how will I call it? I don't want to say is I don't want to say
Saver.
saver. It's a saver. The other one is a saver, right? Are you saying, regardless of the gender or who that person is, the person that is good with the money is the one that should be in charge of money?
Yeah, that's it. And it boils down to acceptance of your weakness. If a man knows that he's weak, he's a type that spends money, we must leverage the wife because it's all about working as a team. Whatever affects one affects all. That is marriage. If one fails, the two fail. I mean, if one fails, the two fail. That is my belief. As a man, leverage on your wife's gift that she can manage money. But let me say a problem.
That is if she's better with money. That is if she's better with money, you are saying, right?
Better with money.
Okay.
And the problem, let me mention the problem because let's flip it here and there. The problem here is that if the man is the major earner, the problem may become, I'm the woman that owns my money. I can do whatever I like with my money. And that can become the family can suffer and the wife can suffer. Because, that thing is there. I work for my money now. Let me enjoy my money. That mentality that let me buy the best for myself. Whereas the family will be suffering. But if you know that, this is my excesses, then let your wife that is better manage your money. If a man can submit in that area to the wife, the marriage will go well. But if you find it difficult to submit, we will continue talking till tomorrow. They will still back in square one. Are you there? I think Asad has freezes.
Okay.
Maybe we'll wait a moment for her. Or you have something to say, so maybe we can use time to continue talking.
Yeah, so what I would just add to that, it's so my husband is, I won't say he's very good when it comes to managing, but like when it comes to budgeting. So my own area is, okay, if, for example, this is what we have for this month, I can manage that one very well. Okay, we have £100. I want to buy this. I know how to manage that, but is one that, okay, kind of is, what do you call it? Is the expenditure or what? I'm not an accountant. I'm not an accountant, but just tell me, okay, this is what we have, then I can manage that properly.
Yes, in honesty, I can say that anywhere, anytime that area I can go to bed and sleep. One thing is just to let her know, Tolu, this is how much we have left. In fact, she will even manage the money, manage me that have the money, and manage all the children. She will tell all of them, you can't spend more than this amount. She will work according to the budget, even to have excess at the end of the day. That one, I can tell you that she's very good at that. That one I don't really worry because I know that all I need to do is to tell her that, Tolu, this is how much we have left for the month, and we have to manage this money. And one thing I know is that as strength will come up, what can we eat? Okay, let's step down in this area, buying this stuff. Let's start buying this type of things. This is how we mix. We have so many food in the fridge that we have left there, so let's make different dishes. You will see maintain your how will we call it now, lifestyle, but with now different styles of bringing different food to the table. Maybe she will say, we are not eating outside this month. No, 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 no. I may even be saying, let's go out, let's go to a restaurant. Say, no, 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 no. Remember what you said? We're all eating. Even when the children are suggesting that, Dad, Mom, we need to go to Chinese, we need to go and eat outside.
Once a month is okay.
She said once a month. She said once a month, or let's come and cook Chinese in the house. I will buy the ingredients, then we sit down at home, we eat, and at least I know that that area, I'm blessed. And that is how I will encourage men to do that. Come, women naturally, they know how to manage. From my own experience, from my wife, and quite few women I've seen and I've read about, women are project managers. Just let them know where you are going. Just let them the resources available. Mostly, I'm saying mostly, they will manage the resources and ensure that you smile. That is if your wife is prudent in managing things. Some men will say, no, not my wife, but I know she can do that.
Okay. The internet is fluctuating, so she's coming back. Asks us to go to the next question. How do you manage this?
Yeah. The next one is how do you manage disagreement or conflicts relating to money within your marriage? So, do you want to talk on that?
You start. Yeah,
yes. You see, life is a journey, and while in a journey, there will always be conflict here and there, because this is what I want all couples to know. Don't expect 100% smoothness, because we all think differently. We visualize differently. Why God has given us brain is to think differently. And sometimes you have best idea, and your spouse will have the best ideas. But look at it. When you come together, you may disagree. Your disagreement should give birth to the best of the best idea that will be established. So when it comes to money now, yeah, there are disagreements sometimes. Some things I want to spend money on, and she will say, no, we don't need it now. That, no, this is not how. Or sometimes some things you want to spend money on, I will say, no, you can't spend it now. But one thing is that we discuss all the time. We discuss and we come out with reasons. That reasons are things you must give. If we are discussing about money issue, I come out with reasons. This is the reason one why this money you cannot spend it. This is the reason two why you cannot spend this money. This is reason three why you cannot spend this money. And if she disagrees, she will come with her reason. And at the end of the day, you can sleep over it. No? Because sometimes when we tell ourselves the truth, our eyes can be red. Our eyes will go right. Sometimes my eyes will go right. But at the end of the day, we compromise to make the best decision.
Thank you so much for that. And especially on the last note that you spoke about, there are times that you make frank money talks that might not be agreeable to both parties or either of the party, but you know that those are the truths that you have to hold. And that brings me to the point of flexibility. I have heard of a situation of a woman. The woman is a Christian. She's actually she's actually a pastor, right? And she said because of the way her husband frowns, maybe the husband is a saver. I don't know. Maybe the personality of the husband is likely to be the saver. I don't know. I don't know her own personality, but the way she put it across was that because her husband does not see the need why you should buy clothes every month, for instance. And for her, she feels one cloth a month. That's how she's not the type, she's not that type that waits until when there's sales to go and buy so many clothes. She said she doesn't believe in that. Just buy one in a month. You can never run out. And she said because her husband does not believe in that, and it used to cause conflict between both of them. You know, this woman resulted to something that eventually you will call a lie. But for her, it was wisdom to manage her husband. She said she will now buy a cloth and keep it in her boot for a very long time. For a very long time. Maybe one day when maybe they have an outing or something, she has to go. She'll now go and bring the cloth, and the husband will be like, "I've not seen this thing on you." He said, this one that I've had like 2 years ago. What? He said, she will feel bad. He said, but that's the only way to manage that kind of. So how can those kind of conversation, you know, those difficult situations, how can one manage it? Because you have done yours very well, and I'm saying this maybe because you could manage. There are some things that she would want clearly, but maybe you didn't agree. How did you manage those conflicts?
Okay, for us,
those conflicts or those disagreements when it comes to making money decisions.
Yeah, I remember the very first time we started this, we said something that we do like we review our marriage. So when we were reviewing, we know, okay, maybe this one we need to talk about money. So for me, I know that I need to probably like maybe there is sales for the children is a lot cheaper because they are still growing. Okay, so for me, I would have told him that sales is coming, Oga, we need this money, So he likes to plan. And for me, I said, no problem. We'll tell him. We're like, how much? I said, maybe 1,000. It's too much. I said, no, how many children? By the time you buy this one, buy that one. I'm like, don't kill yourself. Then even your own. Because sometimes he doesn't even shop for himself. So I'm like, no, you have to. If you're working for your money, you need to look good. I'm like, how many suits? What is he wearing that? Jesus said, no. So we talk about it. And for me, I've made him to realize that I need to look good. Yes, I need to look good. I don't do designer bags, 5,000 pounds, but I'm not the type that I go out like that. But if I see something, I just like it, and I just love it. So he knows that. So sometimes I just feel couples should have the time to sit down and talk. It's not every month I buy clothes, but it's also good to be open. There's no point in lying. It won't beat me up. But there's no point. I just feel there's no point lying because something else could happen, and all these little things can destroy the trust that you have for each other. So it's good to be open. It might not agree, or sometimes like I want to buy it, like it will frown, but I don't even look at his face. Because if I look at his face, that's when I will know he frowns. My own is just put money, just put money in the account, and sometimes I will tell him that you need to buy this, you need to buy this, you need to buy that. So in terms of flexibility, we were open with each other, and it's like you prove your case with reasons and why we need to do this. So just take.
So what you're saying is okay, Pastor Gwenga.
No.
Okay, what you're saying is that financial transparency and trust is very important.
Yes.
In you working together is important, and it's important that the other person too learn to accept that there are some non-negotiables with you when it comes to money and spending. That I have this, they are non-negotiable. They might not be your values, they might not be things you're familiar with. Once it's not a wasteful thing, you must communicate that. You must be, be transparent about that, rather than do what I told you that woman was doing, because she was kind of forced to be doing that. And that was making her feel, she wasn't feeling good about it, because she believed it's like I was lying, but she believed that God would understand the reason why she had to lie. That brings me, because you mentioned joint account.
Can I
think it's every family?
Sorry, I still want to ask something to that.
So I just
okay.
I think the top points that I think I missed out is financial goals. So we look at our
Okay,
goals.
we're actually going to talk about that. We are going to, after this one, we are talking about goals. Yeah.
Because the goals
So
not
maybe
talk
you hold your
about-
thought. You hold your thought on the, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
what I want to add in the area of managing conflict is financial education. We read books on financial education, we listen to lectures. So that helped us to think the same way. Sometimes when I have a preaching, sermon, messages or teaching on financial empowerment, I send the message to actually listen to it. So listen to it, make us to think the same way.
I like.
That's already bridged the gap. The gap of where she's coming from, where I'm thinking. So it makes life easier. It always makes life easier. Sometimes she will still listen to the message, she will fire to me, listen to when you are free. And you see that you start thinking alike, you start planning alike. And that makes the journey easier. So what I would say is that when you are feeding yourself, you are educating, empowering yourself, and you don't take your spouse along, then you will suffer it. It becomes a problem, a burden to you.
So what you're saying is that the way we prioritize our spiritual development, it is important that financially we educate ourselves.
Yep, excellent. Yes,
that's what I heard Pastor say. Yeah, and now said I heard you talk about joint account at the beginning. When you said, oh, at the beginning he had his own account, you two you had your own account, and there's a joint account. What do you think? What was the role of your what is still the role of your joint account, and what are those separate accounts for?
I think I will talk here because I'm the one managing money, so that's why.
Okay.
Because earlier before now she has told me that Benga, you're going to do the talk. What I will say is that our family is peculiar, and I will tell you how we do it in our house. So people can learn, but they will have to define based on their own peculiarity. Okay. Now, to surprise you, we don't have joint accounts again.
You don't?
We don't. But one thing is that I'm the one managing my wife's account till date. Sometimes she doesn't even know.
What happened? Can you please take us through that journey? Because you said earlier, she said earlier on you had.
We had.
Is it that it didn't work and you stop it?
What
happened? When we got married,
so we want people to learn.
Let me start from there. Sis. So when we got married, okay, and I knew that we talked about like knowing your weaknesses, okay, and I was telling myself that if I keep spending, will this person trust me with his money? Okay, so but I remember when so I just made up my mind. I prayed and I said, God, I need wisdom to be prudent and all that, which was never in my DNA. Okay, because sometimes like buying things for the in-laws, for this, for that. And I remember very funny. One of his auntie was doing a birthday in Elisha back in Nigeria then at 70th. So married to a banker, he gave me some money, like what do we call those new notes to spray?
Prints, those prints, yeah.
The print to spray. If I didn't believe me, so when we got to the hotel, he gave me the money that okay, because that was the first event as a wife when we just got married, maybe a year or 2 years after. So no, I think our first year of marriage. So the money, sis, I just took 2,000 naira from that money. I think gave me 20 or 30, and I put the money in the hotel. I took that money. I was dancing. I didn't spray anybody. New wife, they were spraying me, and I collected all the money to spray people back, and that was the beginning. So later, when we're going back to Lagos, I said, do you know? So I showed him some money. Was which money is this? It's the money he gave me. He couldn't. Do you remember? He couldn't believe that. Told you so you can say, I said,
you kept the money.
I kept the money, yeah. So we now use the money to buy things back to Lagos. Now don't worry, I can, because I needed to not really prove to him, but I think for me that Tolu, you can manage this money. So going back to Lagos, we had a separate account and all that. But to be honest, that was the beginning. That was the beginning. And I always tell him that let me know, okay, for this month, what do we have for this month? So I can manage. So that is my own. I don't know how to budget. It's still till now. I still don't know how to do it. But it budgets that, okay, this is the money for this. And to be honest, I'm good and I will manage that one. So
whatever that is available.
yeah. And I think from there, I was able to begin to like earn, like maybe trust or something. Yeah. So I have my account. We have joint, but I don't even know when we stopped the joint. I can't even remember until he said it. But me, I have access to his money. He has access. To be honest, even when working, I would tell him that, oh, they paid my salary. How much do I have there? I will call him from the shop that, please, Benga, how much? So even till now, because I just felt like he's my best friend, I trust him, and we are open, we are transparent in terms of money. And I'm like, I told you what I could see that you went. So what did you buy? I need it now. Please leave that one. So, but he knows. So right now, I know there's the joint account. So he has an account that savings that I don't even have access to. That one is it rainy days now? So
emergency fund.
That's just the beginning. Yeah, so you can take it from there.
Yeah. One thing I realized that, like I said earlier, that my wife, when it comes to money, she's not this tight-fitted person. I want to know money, money. And again, I realized that because I'm an accountant, because I want to ensure that we don't go into debt. I don't want surprises. I don't want surprises. That's my slang. Surprises in the sense that towards the end of the month there is no money enough. So I want to look at the money every morning, every day. I check all our accounts. My wife doesn't even check her account. When she's paid, she doesn't even know. She will ask me, Benga, what is my balance? But you have it on your app. You have it on your phone. Why can't you check your account? But because over the years, I always log on, because every day I budget for the day. I want to know how much we are spending. I want to know how much is left for the month. So because of that, she has relaxed over the years that she doesn't even care. Sometimes she doesn't even know the password to her account. Say, I Benga, what is the password to my account? I can't log in. Say, is it not so and so? Even our card, sometimes our card, when she gets to buy things. Say, what is the PIN number to my card? I will say, I will be telling her the PIN number to her card. We've built that trust that she believed that this guy manages the amount. Even her account, she believe I can't do anything with her accounts. That I can only add value to her accounts. And truly, when I look at her accounts, I just see that money is low. I just put money there. Or what did you buy? So I tend to be like a policeman to ensure that she's doing the right thing. But over time, like I said, for her, money is the least. Even till date, money is the least a challenge to her. Money is not a problem. Money is just like paper to her till date. But for me, money is something you have to make sure you manage.
Yeah. So you can't say that this is the point, this is the reason. There was no reason why you stopped running the joint account, because
it's not used. There's no use because I'm managing everything. I'm managing account. So why is the essence of joint account?
I'm just trying to, because there are some people that are of this opinion that, if you are not running a joint account, you are not working together in terms of your finances.
No. That's it.
So it is possible, because it is about you carrying each other along.
Yeah.
With your financial transactions or your financial transactions generally.
Yeah.
And not coming to financial goals. Money is such a big topic that I don't know. It's difficult. Is there one thing that you can share with us that you have shared with the singles that you talk to, that are in your ministry, about a conversation that they must have a must-have conversation when it has to do with money, because, and I have a reason, and I'm going to share an example before you respond to. I have a friend that when we were single, she believed in tithing and all that, and she got married to a Christian. And the Christian is actually, I wouldn't say in terms of resources, is not in need or in want. Is actually okay. I would say but he didn't believe in tithe. The guy did not believe in tithe. So, and that started becoming an issue in their marriage. In fact, that's one of the reasons how I know that, this is a must-have conversation, I think. I don't know what you tell the singles that they must have, because we have different belief systems. There are some things that we cherry pick, even as Christians, whether it has to do with spiritual or finances. So in your response to this, is there something, at least one, I know there could be a couple, but one must have conversation that somebody must have with your partner, because or else, the Bible says except two agree, right? And if on that, something that is that important to that, my friend, they could not agree. My friend had to drop for peace. It's either she had to choose for peace. She had to drop not paying tithe because the man did not believe in it. The man believed that she's doing so many other things that can equate to, if it's monetized, equates to tithe. So I want you, with that context, I want you to respond to what is that one must-have conversation you have with your singles that they must have with whoever that they want to settle down with.
There are a lot of things actually which we always let the single know when it comes to financial. Spiritual, because you can see that what you mentioned is more of spiritual, but coming down to the financial. Because what you mentioned is about the belief system. Now coming to the financial system of the family. We believe that we always tell them that you must understand the spiritual, both of you must have spiritual understanding of who you are, of where you are going. And you must feed in the same pots. Feeding, because for us, we must have the same feeding, the same understanding, the same belief system. Some people don't believe in helping families. You need to discuss it. Because some people are coming from a family where everybody fight on their own. Whereas you are the first son, you have 7 siblings behind you. You need to discuss that, come, I need to take care of my siblings. Definitely.
I need to help.
Yeah.
I need to help.
I need to support. Yeah, I need to support them because they are still young. But for you, you are the last born. You don't have any expenses. You don't have that experience. But for me, this is where I'm coming from. So all these need to be discussed, or else it's going to be a great issue. That how do you pay? Do you pay tithe? Do you believe in tithing? Do you believe in giving? And these are not even questions you ask alone. It's something you also open your eyes to see. Because during courtship, you need to watch. Some questions have good answers. I can give you good answers what you want to hear. But I want to see you practicing it. Because there are some people, they will tell you, I know the answer to give her. I know what she's asking or he's asking. Give her. Yeah, I know the answer she wants to hear. But it's not the answer now. The practicality, is that person a practicing person, practicalizing it? Because we've made mistakes in the past that ask questions. See that he's doing it. The doing.
How about if he's not doing it? In the instance that if he's not doing it,
then you have to count the cost. That can you go with this person? Will he allow you to give? Or does he need a better understanding? Do you need to listen to some messages or some scriptural understanding that he needs to know that is the one losing? there are a lot of things, because for us, what we do is that we do spiritual empowerment. We listen to the same message. We get fed in the same pot. Even our children, we have a family WhatsApp message that we listen to. We find them. We need children listen to it. Even they will listen to some message, our children will put it in the family WhatsApp that, Daddy, I want you to listen to this message. So we see that we are all growing. So if both of them are not growing at the same level, there will be conflict. There will be conflict. Belief system will change. See, the word of God will change your values, will redefine your values. But when the word of God is, you are not feeding in the same word, or feeding on the same word of God, your value can be different, and belief system will ever be different. There will be conflict.
Like what you said is true, because I remember the very first one we're talking about knowing.
Because I want us to address the context, that illustration, because there are some people that might be going through that. How do you know that this is the man I want to marry, or woman I want to marry, whichever case, could be the woman, and the person does not believe in this thing, and that thing is going to have financial implication, because if you are going to be sitting down to be planning money together, it's important that you have that.
But sister, wait, there's two things. You don't believe, but will it stop me not to do it? Because if you are not paying tithe, that is you. It's on individual basis. But when the person now stops the spouse that shouldn't pay tithe, that is another issue. So these are the things.
The person might agree with you. Let's play the scenario like this. The person might agree with you, but in future, because we don't know what lies in future. In future, the family might have a financial commitment that will require everything that they have, and the man might now say, even that your tithe must go in there. This is not the time for you to be doing that tithe.
I'm sorry, the woman have to submit.
That would have to.
I'm sorry, the woman have to submit to the spouse.
If it's the other way around.
Either way, for peace to reign, because if there is no understanding at that moment, for peace to reign, for you not to lose your marriage, it's better you submit and work as a team. Then pray, go and pray. Because if you say, no, I'm holding myself, and that is a strong area that can break marriage, it's lack of
faith. Exactly.
And it's also good for maybe for them to, if they have like a spiritual mentor that can, maybe once everything is cleared, like, okay, they put the tithe, everything into that particular goal, and I think it's good they might speak to their pastor.
I just use that as a scenario of something that could happen in the future, but the man might not like it. Even you are doing it, he doesn't like it.
Yes, so that's why I'm saying that for those, if they're not yet married, we talked about values, and our values must align, because if they don't align, if they are parallel, they will never meet. And what's the point of when you have parallel values and you want to marry? So there will be conflict.
Do you think that's enough deal breaker for someone?
It depends on, I will ask the person, what do you want? It could be enough for someone, and the person will like, I don't mind. But it's for me, I always tell them that, what do you want now? Because the journey is for forever, until death do you apart. Can you go ahead with this person? So, which is very, very important. While I was dating someone, I knew that it was, he is born again, but I don't feel it's really done. And I'm like, he ticks everything, but I don't think I can go ahead with this person. And we had to break up, because the journey, I don't want to do 5-year journey and I will come out of it. So something that could, stop you, that might not, that could prevent your happiness in the future. I feel, for me personally, why don't you stop it and get somebody that that you can be on the journey together?
Unfortunately today, because of our time, but there's one question, and Pastor Tolu has actually mentioned it, and I would have loved for us to, I don't know whether it's something you can help us to address. That is, it has to do with financial goal. Do you, as a family, sit down to plan your finances? And when you do so, how do you do it? and that people can learn from it. How do you approach setting goals for the family and prioritizing financial goals as a couple? That would
Okay.
be our last question. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for that. For our financial goal, it starts from, when we do a review, we could just imagine maybe, maybe we need to.
How often do you do your review, if I
Our
may ask?
review
How
is
often?
weekly.
Sorry?
Our review is weekly.
You do weekly review.
Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe something like
Okay.
coming back from church, we just talk. Sometimes if we have
Okay.
like a busy weekend, maybe the following Monday we could sit down, but we talk about it. I wouldn't want to
Every
say,
week.
yeah,
Okay.
weekly.
Yeah.
Look
Yeah.
at it.
Okay.
Anything. Yeah. So when we now sit down, we're looking at, okay, what are our, what do we plan? What do we need? For example, okay, maybe we need to buy a house. We give ourselves a year target or 2 years. So, for example, maybe we want to change the furniture. So, when do you think we can do it? So, someone like my husband, he likes to plan ahead. He doesn't like credit card. So, I'm like, oh, let's use the credit card. So we sometimes like, let's use the credit card, and we can pay. Say, no, 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 I don't want credit card. Let's save towards this. When we save towards this, then we can use it. I didn't really agree initially with him sometimes, but it made me. He has he has kind of helped me to understand, financial empowerment, literacy, when it comes to money. So, but when we have a review, we know, okay, these are the things that we need. Maybe for investment, oh, there is a landed property in Nigeria. Should we get it? How much do we need? Can we afford it so that we'll not go hungry? So that's how we do. But we will talk more on that. It's
Yeah,
the accountant.
I think you have said the major part. You see, the great thing is that we all have different goals. But when we bring our goals to the table, especially financial goals, you'll be able to know the one that can work and the one that will not work. I always say something when we are planning that, come, what other outflows are we expecting, which I am not thinking of now? Because those are the dependencies. Those are the things that can make our plan to fail. Those are the things that can bring friction. It's just like, oh, we plan to buy a house, but you plan to go on holiday already. You didn't mention that. And you already planned that you're going to spend money on holiday. So when we are planning, that needs to come on the table so that we can
Yes.
plan it. Not after we've planned to buy a house, we are saving for the next 6 months. Just say, third month, I'm going on holiday. It's not possible. It's not possible because we agreed this. But again, this is where flexibility comes in. What if he had worked for the past 3 months and is already telling on our health? And you know that, okay, let's negotiate here. He's telling on our health. It's only the person that is alive that can save money. Let's go on holiday. Let's extend the plan to buy a house. Or what other things can we do to bring income so that we can increase our channels of income so that we can still go on holiday and save money for the property? So I will say that for couples, negotiation skills is needed in marriage. Negotiation. And it's not a place to condemn one another. Everybody has reason and rights. All you need to do, there's nobody that is wrong. Nobody has wrong friends. Bring everything to the table and pieces it and then prioritize everything. Your own may not even, what you call a priority may not even be priority. By the time your spouse table those financial needs, you now realize that our own is even taking more priority than my own. Let's go for your own first. So be honest, be open, and it's win-win. I always say, you see, marriage is not a competition. It's win-win, lose-lose. It's either both of you win or both of you lose. So don't say that, yes, I'm in charge. I'm the one winning. I want to be winning. Anytime we come to discuss, I want to always be winning. She must follow me. I must be in charge. No, you will lose. That's not it. That's what I will say.
Thank you very much. There's so much to say, but we don't have that time, unfortunately. But I want you both just give an advice. What advice would you offer to other couples that are embarking on this financial journey within their marriage? What do they start from? Just, do they start from sitting down to have weekly reviews like you said, like you do? And what are the things they should be talking about? Is it talking about their goals? Is it talking about how far and things like that? Just as a parting shot, can you both individually just advise other couples how best to embark on this financial journey in marriage?
I think I'll go first. People, the kind of person I am. I'm getting better. I'll just advise that financial literacy is very important, and don't be shy to say I don't know this. So be open, be honest. If your partner is very good, you don't need to be married to an accountant before that person is good when it comes to like budgeting. I don't know how to budget because sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm expecting this money, or let's spend it. Like, no, if I don't see the money in my account, we can't spend it. So you have to teach me. I'm like, the money is coming. Even yours. I say his salary is coming. I say no. If anything happens to it, I said nothing will happen to it. So it's good to have that openness, transparency, and financial literacy is very, very, very important because all those things we are passing it down to our children too.
Thank you, Pastor Gbenga.
What I will say is, to add to what she said, is that don't be shy or be intimidated by your weaknesses. Everybody has weaknesses and strengths. I remember when I went for interview when I came to the UK. After the interview, along the interview, they were, what are your weaknesses? I said, me, weakness is God forbid. Me, I don't have any weaknesses, so I am very strong. Little did I know that was actually, after the interview, they would say, we are sorry, we cannot have you. So I realized that for you not to have a weakness, it's even a danger. You're a dangerous person. So if you have weakness in the area of managing money, it's okay. There are many people. If you're a man, please, as a man, I'm a man, be open. Let the person that has the skill take the name. That does not change your name. Your wife still bears your son name. Still bears your name. She's Mrs. Awokwetu. Anywhere they call her, they must add Awokwetu to it. So let the person that is good take over that role. It doesn't change you. It will not reduce you. It can only make you better. That's what I will say to men.
I just wanted to add something because I think we talked about something while I was coming down home. The title is Your Money, My Money, Our Money. Sometimes one person might be financially buoyant than the other person. But I just want to say something that try and cover your spouse's nakedness. Even when the money is coming, don't let them know whether it's a man or it's a woman. There was a time I was not working, was the one doing everything. And there was a time it wasn't working and I was the one doing everything, but nobody knew. So it's good to have that, whatever comes, even if I'm giving money to my parents, it's our money. And if it's doing the same thing, nobody should know. And that will solidify the whole. It's your money, my money, and it's also our money. Transparency is very, very good.
Thank you so much, man. It's as if you guys should not go again, and we have only one more shot at you guys next week.
Do you have any questions?
It's because of the time. I would have loved to entertain questions, but because of our time, because we are past the time that we agreed that we should, and that's why I'm actually not opening the comment section for questions. I would have loved to, but however, for those that are watching, whether you're watching now or later on, if you can put some questions in the comment section, we might actually just sit down with this couple whenever they have time just to address those money questions, money and marriage questions, money questions that has to do with money in marriage. If there's something that I would want to say that it is high time we demystify that topic of money. Money is like any other thing. It's like I have a headache. I freely talk about it when I don't feel well. Why can't we talk about money like that? Why have we allowed money to? We are supposed to be. We are supposed to use money, not money having hold and using us. Because the way some of us handle money tight, it's as if, and you see some spouses, it's so strange that they cannot be open and transparent to the other. Let's assume, okay, let's say the man cannot be open and transparent to the wife. Meanwhile, you can trust her to give you food, not poison you. You can't trust her with your money. How does that look like? Do you understand? I really don't. What are you really? When if you think she can endanger you, that's the easy way to get rid of you if she wants to get rid of you, isn't it? So there are some things that it's been the narrative of the world that we have allowed to shape us. But as Christians, I think we need to start doing better. Your money, my money, or our money. When we get married, I think we should say the I word less. We should do the we. It is our thing. Pastor Benga said something about it's no competition. Everything is coming into the same pot. Everything is coming into the same team. You win, I win. It does not mean, and it doesn't. It is still our win. Your win is my win. My loss is your loss. So it's better we just do the win together. So let's celebrate each. Let me celebrate your strength, because I know your strength will birth more outcome, which is going to be our win, and vice versa as well. So in terms of money, we need to, and we have been told that financial literacy is key. We don't have this knowledge from anywhere. It's not divine. It's not something that was dropped on anybody. Most of us, we became who we are by virtue of our past experiences. Some of us, it is because of our family traumas or what we experienced when we were young. That's how we became who we are. Not because this is the way God designed us to be, but for us to optimize what we have. Let us educate ourselves. Let us attend seminars. Let us read books that can open our mind, so that we know how to make money, manage money, and also multiply money. Because those three things, they are very, very important. I look forward to the time that in our marriages we would have demystified this topic called money, and we'll make it powerless for it to be to make it to the top three. That is one of the three things that lead to divorce. That tells us how important this subject is. So we need to handle it better. This is the way we handle our spiritual life. That's how we need to handle the subject of money. And I'm trusting that God will help us. For as many of us that are opening ourselves up to better information that can help shape our money-making decisions, God will help all of us in Jesus' name. We are all work in progress. We are seeking to strive for better ones, so that we can, like my sister has said, we can hand that over the legacy of a better financial future for our children. And God bless us as we do so. Thank you so much, Yawokwetus, for coming all the time. You have no idea. I'm so grateful. I know you were thinking I wouldn't make it today, not for the sacrifice that I know you both are making. There's no way I will not make it. So we look forward to next week, by the special grace of God. They're going to be, because they are in the ministry that prepare singles for marriage. So next week, if you know anybody, and there's nothing that they're going to be discussing about for the singles that is not useful for those of us that are married, please invite people. But by the time we share the link, please invite as many, because they are going to be handling some things that is their area of calling. And I'm trusting God that me too, I'm going to learn. So next week, we'll to seeing all of you, and we're going to be sharing more information about what God is using them to do in this season by the special grace of God, in Jesus' mighty name. So we look forward to seeing every one of us next week. So I will say bye for now.